Okay, welcome to your first module. And so this is kind of your view if you've clicked the module tab. If you haven't watched the intro video on the home page, I recommend doing that. I know it's a little long, but it kind of tells you about how everything works for the course. And you can see that there is the main lecture page where we're going to start. There is additional resources if you need some more help. So we're going to start here, of course. So if we click this, this is how we'll want to start. And so in this first module, we're going to focus mostly on interior of the Earth stuff and a little bit about science in general. And so one of the things that's useful is we need to kind of understand how our Earth works. And a lot of times that relates to what's happening on the interior, because the interior of the Earth and what's going on in there is impacting things on the surface. And so, of course, that's where we live. If we understand something about the interior, it helps us understand some things that are happening on the Earth's surface. So for this module, and we've talked about it in the dreaded intro video, but if you didn't see it, here's how we're going to present the information to you. So there is a PowerPoint that is slides that if you're going to use the PowerPoint alone and just look at that, you should download it and then watch it in presentation mode because there's some animations and things in there, and you can work your way through that PowerPoint. This is a video of me walking through that exact PowerPoint, something like we would do if we were in an in-person course. You know, you have a PowerPoint on a screen, and then we would walk through the bullet points and the information there and discuss things like that. So watch the video, help you understand what's going on and the information that I want you to learn. Take some notes as you go to help you remember what's important. For this particular lecture, there is some additional information that I want you to read through. There's this chapter that I want you to go through, take a little notes, and those two things combined. Certainly there's some overlap in the PowerPoint and that chapter, but there's some new information there. So look through that content. When you feel that you understand what's being presented, you'll go ahead and take the lecture quiz. This link will take you directly to it, or from the main module page, you could see there is a link there you could go to. So remember that the lecture quiz does have a time limit, not to frighten you, of course, or give you anxiety, but as a method to encourage you to look through the content prior to taking the quiz. If, as you're going through some content, you have no idea what the heck I'm talking about, or you're struggling, please reach out to me and ask me to clarify things. Remember, we're doing that with the little inbox icon on the far left. And if you do that, I can get a little notification and respond fairly quickly. Of course, there's the additional resources page you could look through if you're struggling. So that's the main lecture quiz. Then there's going to be an article that I'd like you to read. This is going to talk about how we know what's inside the Earth and how have we managed to get information about what's happening down there and what we need to do in the future. So you'll just read through the article, and then this quiz is based solely on this particular article. And then finally, for the homework, and as I kind of mentioned in the intro video on the home page, the homework can be a variety of different assignments. This week, I'm just asking you to read a chapter in the online textbook that talks about science in general. So although it's not related to the interior of the Earth, one of the things we want to introduce, of course, for an intro science class is what the heck is science and how does it work in general. This is kind of what this chapter is going to discuss. Okay, so, and how this will work, no time limit. You're going to click this. It's going to open in a new window. It'll say it's a quiz, but it's not timed. It's just the format that we need to use in Canvas. And there'll just be some questions based on the information in the article or in the chapter. So just go ahead and read through, answer the questions, hit submit. No time limit. Take your time on that and you're good. So that's what you're going to do for this first module. This is, of course, the lecture portion. Remember, there is a lab portion that you'll also have to complete. Once again, I did review that in the main kind of homepage overview video. But when you go here For your second part, you're going to see that there's a little intro about what you're going to do. And then there's a link here that's going to open a new window outside of Canvas, and you're going to see something like this. And so you'll go ahead and start the lesson. This particular lab is just going to introduce you to the format, how this thing works. We talked about there's a score up here. You'll need to get a 70% or better. So that's a 35 out of 50. You can retake these as many times as you would like to improve your score. How you get a score is you answer these questions. If you get them right, they will be recorded in the upper right. So once you get an answer, it'll tell you if you got it right or wrong. Click here, it'll show up here. If you get it wrong, you can't immediately retake it. You continue on through the lab, get a final score. If it's what you like and you're happy with it, then you can go ahead and submit it. If you're not, you can just go back and do another try at it, right? You'll have to start from the beginning, go over. All the questions are the same, so they don't get shuffled or anything. So if you know where you made your mistakes, you can go back and fix those. So remember, when you're done, you have two things to do. Type your name in here, get a print summary and take a screenshot of that, and then email me the score. So I should receive two things from you, an email, and then in the assignment page where this link was, you'll be able to, if I grab it here, you'll be able to upload that image, and that's how you'll get scores for your labs. And then remember, you'll have a lab quiz after that. So this will be a quiz specifically about the lab you just completed. And that'll be what you're going to work on this week. So that one was a little long of an intro because it's our first one. So this video is a little longer than normal, but typically it's going to be a lot shorter because it's just an overview of what you'll do in this particular module. This one, a little bit about Earth's interior and a little bit about science in general, and the lab, an intro on how you kind of work through the labs. All right then, so that's how we are going to roll for this first one. Questions, comments, concerns, or anything else you need help with, please don't hesitate to contact me.